Move my mic a little closer. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how long we'll go. Ah, morning, Pearls. Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya. I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still going to remove those trick locks in the training hall? No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court. That would be funny if she could just be like, I'm gonna just take a little bit of a break, it's fine. Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby? I have to admit, it's kinda strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Oh, Edgeworth? Also why she's over there. There's two different... I didn't think about it. I guess there's two different lobbies, huh? A defendant's and prosecutors. That's... Never really thought about that, huh? Edgeworth? What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. That's what I heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot. Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. Good for her. Up and out. The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistance naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. Hope everything continues to go smoothly as we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You know, the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. Well, it's good, you know, he gets a good night's sleep. That's good for him. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. He called us a partner. Thanks. I still don't have the answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Donim. No, I mean Miss Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen, which we probably have to answer that by now, otherwise they're gonna be like, okay, if you can't answer that, then goodbye. And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. February 10th, 10 a.m. District Court, room number 7. There it is! Everyone just swamped. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Ozakura Temple. Hey guys, how's it going? The fuck's this? Your Honor? What are you? Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit. What? That's your little brother? Visited me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Oh. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see. Your Honor. So they're brothers? That explains a lot. No, it doesn't. It raises more questions. My poor brother. He looked a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. I also have no idea what the fuck's going on in this case, but I'll wing it. I skimmed it a little bit. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement, and try to explain this entire case to me, because I have no idea what's happening. Or don't, I don't care. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean... don't forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime, but today she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? Defendant? Oh no! That's not good. Iris! Why didn't you discuss this with me first? Maybe she thinks she really did it, like she got possessed. Oh no. Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Yo, what up, Iris? How you doing, girl? You look depressed. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes. But first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Donim?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
What? Oh man, she's a murderer. Oh no. Order in the court. Order. Witness, are you saying that you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? Nah, she's lying. She lied. Let me cross-examine her. 3 minutes in, Corin and I are already covered in cold sweat. Ha! Everyone on the planet is the accomplice of something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's the murder. Are you accusing 6 billion people on the planet to being accused of murder? Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? Actually, I think it's 7 billion. I actually forgot the number. No. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Crumpled up, shoved into a pocket, never to be seen from again. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? I was covering it for someone? Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families on the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
Huh? Are you... Girl, not only are you saying that you covered up a crime, but you covered it up for the main family, aka Maya. Girl, what you doing? I thought we were friends. Wake up and smell the coffee, trite. I know we only known each other for 2 days. She's naming Maya! Order in the court! So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer!
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
Objection! That's ridiculous. Maya could never do... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
Damn it. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Come on, girl. I trusted you, and this is how you treat me. You're betraying me. I know you betrayed your sister, but come on.
I went to the inner temple that night, and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Okay, at least she said that. It's like, okay, listen. Self-defense. But still. So it was in the self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. Although we just drew away her confession. So, I don't know why we drew it away in such a fashion and we're going to bring it up again. Alright, whatever. Now then, Mr. White, please proceed with cross-examination. I mean, I know it's important though, so yeah. Still, why draw it away anyway? You know what? It doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't want us to just use it by accident. The real murderer. Okay. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You said yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple. Objection! Did she now? Too bad for you. I wasn't there. That doesn't really change the fact. So that doesn't mean what she says today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? I read over the case file. It was in the inner temple's training hall. A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
What? Nani?
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you, so that I saw her commit murder.
Nah, we all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor.
Okay, so you saw her strike first. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya. I mean, Miss Faye.
Yes, it was truly a frightening scene. Mystic Maya had was struck hard in the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time? Why did you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear. This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. Is she being possessed? That could also be the possibility. What happened after that? And because they're twins, we wouldn't tell. We couldn't tell if she's being possessed. She moved in to deliver the fatal strike.
Yes, I'm sure of it. She drew down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And at least one of them tried to stab her with this weapon. To kill Miss Faye.
Yes, exactly.
Can you produce the weapon? You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. My dude, you good? I don't know how to respond to that, man. You gotta look at what you drink. Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? I'm going to save. Maybe this is the time I keep it to myself. I feel like he's trying to get something out of me. No problem. Iris is my client. I better not press her too hard. The defense has no objections to Miss Iris's testimony. You should try some nice sweet cafe con leche at least once. Try it. Did you do that? Oh, well, let's continue with your testimony. What happened to Miss Faye when she was attacked by the victim? I'll have it loaded. Hang on. There is one thing. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony. You do? But this is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless. That's fine. Witness, let's add your statement to the testimony. Yes, sir. Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Why'd you make me cry? Okay, now let's continue.
She drew her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe.
Okay, let's wait for that then. She stole the weapon. And then?
Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike.
Witness! Are you absolutely certain?
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something...
Maya Faye's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead. Yes, I see. This is bad. This reminded me of the second trial in the second game all over again. Where it's like, we maybe just let this happen. Maya gets hit with a murder charge, but it is self-defense. However, it's still a murder charge. But if we continue, we have a possibility of fucking that up for her because I am afraid of where this is going. I still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's going to get blamed for this.
I only have this to say.
So you're saying Maya Faye was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Donim? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes.
Trite. If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this! I know it's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. I really just want to drink some coffee, alright? Shut up. There's only one thing you need to get, Trite. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold.
What does that mean?
It's gonna waiting for me to point out the contradictions? I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be admissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt her standing with a judge. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this. Like, there's two things I noticed that just don't add up. Two things. Alright, let's just fucking do it. I'm gonna save just in case, but... We're getting rid of our one little secret evidence, but... We have to. I think apparently Godot knows about this. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Donim throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do with a staff is hit someone.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise Sonem really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she had already a beautiful blade in her hands. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? Objection. That was an impressive bit of investigating, trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well. Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what it's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. There is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument. But, Mr. Wright! I have another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Elise Sonem would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. Elise Sonem would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Sonem. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey? No! Not Mystic Misty Fey. Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to... Misty Fey is the master of the Korean channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Is Elise Sonem actually the great Mystic Misty? There is no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. Yeah, okay, maybe she's not being possessed. Oh, unless she's a good actress. Which, we've proven that Dolly is a good actress, so she could still be doing this. But we'll see. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hasn't seen in 17 years? Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Duh! Order. Order in the court! Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the facts being unbelievable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible, except for one little thing. Yes, what is this one little impossible thing? And I swear if it's called about coffee, I'm going to fucking kill you. Ha! You still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under roasted? But you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point, please? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I'd taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. What the fuck is wrong with you, my friend? I like how he now says this, like, you're going to ruin your health. Like, this is what he says now. Motherfucker, we've been through 5 cases together. I refuse to acknowledge that. I'm good. I'm just built different. After hearing the woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime, and he discovered this little beauty. It's a dagger? The witness testified the same? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice anything else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood. What the fuck? Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Gumshoe! Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Huh? Pine tree? What the fucking pine tree? That thing? That's a pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. Oh, how did no one see that? If it was stuck there, what? When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Which means the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Ha! Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I'd taken my sip of my 13th cup of coffee. You just said eighth! Didn't you just say it was your eighth just a few minutes ago? He just drank that many in between. I didn't have enough time to get blood analyzed on such short notice. In any case, this court will now accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Sweetheart. Well, get this piece of evidence of the crime lab for testing immediately. I'm behind a tree in the inner temple garden. The blood is being analyzed now. Now then. Okay. The testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. What the fuck? One piece of evidence? Come on, Your Honor. Cute girls never lie. Ever. That is so false. I mean, they're cute, but still. In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw? The battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor.
The battle to the death between a mother and daughter.
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff, but then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon.
Oh no, she's like ready to kill.
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one in the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern.
Okay.
Ooh. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
Okay. That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with cross-examination. I think I can pick one statement already. Hang on. I just need to look at the autopsy report. Bum. Bum bum. I believe the report says it's on here. Where is it? I can't find it anymore. Oh my god, there we go. Stabbed in the back. Something about what you just said isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Up until now, I didn't think you would attempt to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maife stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right? Yes, I think so. But according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. Girl, you didn't even read the autopsy report when making this story? Come on, girl. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony. Damn, twins, huh? What? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? I don't know. She's lying. Ah, it's simple. People are like books. We've all got a front and back. You get my drift. Good God. I do not know what you're saying. Is that all you have to say? I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. What the fuck are you talking about? Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and logical metaphors already? Come on, man. The point is, too much of his testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away useful staff and people finding being mother and daughter. And now she falsely claims that the victim was stabbed in the stomach. Certainly awesome inconsistencies. Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just, If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What are you talking about, my guy? What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness and coffee. What? But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said? Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself! The witness was able to, the witness was quite ambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. What type of witness are we having that couldn't see clearly on the murder? A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Light? What's the fire? By the way, did you know? Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple tree, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light the stone lantern. Impossible? Because of the snow? It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to be nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening, almost darkening. Don't you make puns! Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. Why can't we can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right? Trite! No! Damn you and your logic. Order! 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 Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. A lantern from the inner temple garden was not lit the night of the crime. I guess so. Let's wrap this one up, boys. We're going home. I'll take a loss. Well, I suggest just sitting there with that look on his face. What's wrong, Your Honor? Was the flame too hot? This lantern. There's something written on it. Oh, that, yeah. What? It's written in blood. Oh, boy. So the judge didn't know about that yet, huh? Written in blood? It says my upside down. What the? Oh, yes, that's right. What? Did he not know about that? My guy, why didn't you read this? Where were you? Why did he not know about that? And how is he distressed about it? I guess this must be helpful to us. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining from her out of her body. It certainly looks that way. Objection! Hang on just a minute. Wait, let's not talk about that. Why are you all talking about? What do you mean? What are we all talking about? We're talking about the message written in the blood. Huh. Nonsense! This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. What the fuck are you talking about? What is that? Could it be? He can't see the blood. It's red. It's red visor. You gotta take it off, my dude. You can't see the bloody writing at all. Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Oh, wow, that's funny. And sad. I'm so sorry, my guy. So that's what he meant by that. Has he just been ignoring all the blood in cases? Now that I think about it, do we have to just go back to every case and look at Godot and see if he like looks at blood? Oh, you know what? Whatever. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Miss Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot? Okay then. Let's move on. Godot is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. Are you sure? We can't rule that possibility out yet. I believe it has now been established that Mr. Nim was killed by Maya Fey. That's just wrong! Now it's time to turn our attention to you. Yes, sir. After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. So far we've gotten some good contradictions out, but of course they are like, it's too dark. She obviously didn't see it well. So we got it. I mean, we at least have poked some holes in it. We just need to poke a little bit more and then it'll come crumbling down. After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. I then used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... stabbed it. I used the Shishishito to alter the way the wound looked. So you moved the body? Yes. I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owed a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan, but even so, I never imagined that Elise Nim was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin. A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor. I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but... You were spotted by the head nun, correct? Yes, that's why I couldn't go back. Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination. Sure, no problem. Yes, Your Honor. I got this. All right, let's go. She dragged it. Damn. It's kind of dark. Called out the Mystic Maya, huh? So you waited until everything was over before making a move? No, it's not like that. Objection. She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid. I mean, that's believable, to be honest. Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion. Is it your job as judge to mediate the argument? It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she had done. Hold it. So then you knew. You knew the significance of the name Maya Fey. Yes. Of course I did. That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position. Anyway, she was a very special person indeed. Move the body. Why did you do that?
Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
You moved her body all by yourself.
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow.
The snow, huh? It's pretty amazing you could make it all the way across that rickety old bridge.
It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple.
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible.
Ha! Makes perfect sense to me. No, it doesn't! For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? Well, thank you for bringing that up, Phoenix. I didn't even think about that, but yes. Why not just throw the body into the fucking river? Obviously, they wanted to pin the crime on Maya, I assume. Somehow. My guess is that good old Dahlia possessed Maya, committed the murder, or at least attempted to commit the murder. Maybe we'll find a way to disprove it or lie our way out of court. And then if we do solve the case, it's gonna be bad for Maya because it's like, oh, we pinned the crime on Maya, get fucked. She's going to jail. Morgan and Dahlia just memeing it around. Iris, who doesn't know much about it, she's just like, I gotta just have to get Maya at least on the defense murder charge. The snowmobile. I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel to from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge. This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details?
About the tracks. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yes, naturally you expect tracks. The picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see. Snow was still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it already stopped. That's why there were such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony? It's very important. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony, but does it have something to do with the case? All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. Ah, this should be fun. You. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped.
Alright. What do we remember from the last trial is that the body... so the autopsy report has like an hour. Loss of blood from stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Did they stage the fall? Also, the weather data. Snow from 7 to 10:50. So the murder must have took place. She drove on snowmobile, and she comes by. She sees a murder, and let's say that the murder took place somewhere in the 10 o'clock zone. All of that happens maybe 10:40-ish, I guess. The fall has to happen after death. But then lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. So around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. So the snow did not stop. Like, lightning strikes the bridge, sets it on fire. It's like you were supposed to drag it. The snow is still going from 7 to 10:50. And the bridge is on fire. Meaning that the murder must have happened. Your moving of the body, according to you, happened in the time period before 10:45 to 10. But snow is still falling, so obviously that's a contradiction. Motherfucker, I didn't save. This is some bullshit. Listen. Don't do this to me right now. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Nope, I just did that. It did not work. The autopsy report again? Also, what about the fall? You didn't mention the fall yet. We could just talk about the fall. Like, when did she fall? Maybe I should press it instead. Is that what you were doing when Sister Bikini saw you? Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst. Probably. More like definitely. I see. So Sister Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Miss O'Nim. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's my fault that this case has gotten so confusing. Let's pass this one. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true? Yes, I am. When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. The weather data says that the lightning struck that thing at 10:45 and snow stopped at 10:50, meaning that you'd say that the fire on the bridge was still happening whilst you dragged the body. Come on. I'm using that as a contradiction. It's not working. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear. That's right. I'm certain of it. I think I've trapped her this time. I see how you think. Snow, huh? What's going on here? If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean there's a bigger hole in her story than the movie The Grid Revelations. What? What's the reference to the Matrix? Well then, Mr. Shep, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather at the end of your index finger. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. Why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Oh, the photo of Elise too, right? No, and the murder photo, I forgot. Hang on. Not the crime photo. There's no snow on top of her. The snow must have stopped. Meaning she... I don't know. I don't know what the game wants from me. Should I press it again? Let's press it again. Photo release. The hood. Regional weather report for the night of the crime. Not true. I keep presenting that, and that obviously does have a contradiction, but that's not the one that they want. So, they want something else. But it's not the murder weapon. Stabbed it a little bit in there, and just a little bit of a sloosh. Loss from blood. Body fell 10 feet after death. There's actually just a bunch of contradictions in this entire thing. The body not falling, the fact that the bird should be on fire when she traversed it. Oh, they used Larry's sketch, but that's not, yeah. The crystal sphere was half covered in snow, wasn't it? Oh, what was it? What did Sphinx try to get at me? There's only one set of tracks, so she goes back. Damn, what is it? Is there like testimony from Bikini? Maybe I should go to another statement. The one where she walks on the bridge. That could be it. There! Oh my god, I was on the bridge walking? You gotta be joking me. Let me get my crunch. I guess having her add that to the testimony was kind of useless, but it just at least gave her the idea that, like, hey, yo, I got it the first try. Yep, first try every time, baby. Woo! He claimed that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Oh, come on, girl. Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge? It was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because the lightning struck that the bridge burned down. What? It can't be. Oh my god. This girl was in her room. She never left. She does not know. She knows nothing. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No. Order! 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 The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness! Even my patience has its limits. Any further lying, and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Objection! The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man. I'm sorry. How dare you? I'll beat your ass. Whether this witness lied or not does not mean squat right now. Squat? I'm sorry? Did you just say that one of the witnesses lying? It doesn't mean shit? What are you talking about, my guy? It's lying in court. The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Alisto Nim was discovered in the Hazakura temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Alisto Nim's body. He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy. Objection! That's a ridiculous statement. You have stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy? Objection! It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, right? Maybe you can explain this to the court. Obviously, I'm not human, though. I'm a robot. I drink coffee all the time. Look at me. Good God. I'd be dead if I was human. What the fuck? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow, the body traversed across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Are you gonna use Larry's photo against me, motherfucker? Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across the burnt-out bridge. Unless I can somehow demonstrate it, well, I'll never know the truth. It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. See what I mean? In other words, you are in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Ah! All right then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that in your to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be her final testimony? Probably. If we poke it apart, then it's just like, come on. Enough of this chicanery.
Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling? Or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge?
So wait, you're telling me in order to disprove her theory that she moved the body via walking on the bridge, I have to prove that she can cross a burning bridge without, dying and burning? That's a little odd. I'd basically be helping her, wouldn't I? You know what? Whatever. That's sure. Okay. I'm just gonna take Larry's fucking photo and contradict it. That'll go out well. So it was just a misunderstanding, I see. You still haven't explained for the fact that the body got a fall. Did you fall from her room? This is a photo of the Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. It certainly was burned to a crisp, and none of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. So she didn't do it. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. Maya will be accused of murder. Trite. I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. All right, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. Alright. Objection. So, let's talk about the painting. A dead body flying over a burning bridge? I wouldn't exactly rule out that possibility. What? Holy shit, this guy's losing it. You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. What the fucking... Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on the attack and go, go, go. Miss Elise Donim's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Laurice Donim. Brilliant, highly gifted apprentice? Why are you questioning that part? Remember what he said in his testimony? That night, he was at the Mountain Shack Heavenly Hall, and that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. You fucking kidding me? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? That's right. Are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? Wait, hang on, Judge. Don't give me a penalty, please. Just let me explain. And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Ha ha ha! You're a loser. Well, try. There's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old. Does a sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm gonna prove it. Listen. I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. Well, I do it all the time. Also, isn't that? I think you told that to Maya, didn't you? The fourth case? If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Upside down? Why did Godot just say that? Flashback to the past. I'm pretty sure he said that during that case. Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whiskerface is gonna forgive me any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. This sketch drawn by Loristo Nim is... It's what it has to have happened. He didn't lie. He saw that happen. Of course, the victim was flying through the air. You can see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh. You know, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness. What? That was the last thing I wanted to hear. Do you have any evidence that the victim flew through the air? Just so you know, we haven't discussed the giant human catapult at the inner. That's a good one. You haven't discussed the giant human catapult at the inner temple yet. Oh, I wish they had. Even if you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment. I think we should skip the penalty this time. There must be some way, I just know it. There must be a way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened. Alright, the witness will return to our testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, we're back here, yeah? Let's go back to that. It must be a complete contradiction. Like, look, something's wrong here. Something is obviously funny about the sketch. I'm the art critic. What do you mean I can see that? No. That's not what I mean, Your Honor. Laurie Stoneham stated over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. Oh my god, it's upside down. It didn't fly. It was fucking swinging. He swung the body. Oh my god. Oh. I just realized from this photo as he wakes up, he's like looking at the bridge upside down. He just sees a body just on fire. Lawrence. My guy. Why did you paint it this way? However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? Ha! It's getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trite. What exactly contradicts reality as we know it? I mean, there's actually a lot that contradicts reality as we know it, but we could talk about the fact that these things are here. There's not these wires. It's this wire connected to the bridge. The wire? Ah, is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. I don't wanna. Sad. I guess this. Hey, look at it like upside down. I think this is the only thing I got. I don't have a photo of the fucking bridge right now. I used to, but that wasn't the other trial like 6 years ago, so yeah, shit. Burnt letter, stone dagger, dusky bridge photo. Oh, I got that there, huh? Yeah, there we go. That's it. You just gave me one, thank you. That's the photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge... Thank you. The wires are below the guard wires. What the fuck? It's like, wait, oh shit, oh fuck. Order! The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. No, you guys got it right. You drew it wrong, technically. With someone like Laurice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then, that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember that Laurice was doing... I like how I keep calling him that. Doing what Laurice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall, waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally lay down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Laurice must have been at that time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back. I can see how it relates. Oh, I cannot see how it relates. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. No way! Laurice Donim witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. See, I turned it upside down. Thanks for the hint, though. So then, the sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Laurice Donim's sketch is like this. Swing! Swing in the body. This is how you should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right! Just like a pendulum. Ridiculous! Order! Objection! Of all the things to say, a pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it, but if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side, and the pendulum was the only way to get it done. Objection! Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yeah, so that sounds about right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. That's true. How do you get a rope that long? To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead, and maybe the murderer did? That's true, I guess. Objection! The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. Got the music pumping up. I can do this. My thinking music. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. The bridge rope. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think that the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum? I mean, the pendulum's right there. You can sort of see it. Should I use the bridge again, photo? The photo bridge? Photo bridge? Photo of the bridge. No. Was there any more concrete? No, it's not there. Tracks? No. Nope. It's right there. You can see it. It's gone. They swung it that way. What do you think, Mr. Godot? I think that Mr. Try is lucky that there's no rope around here. Huh? Even if I had just a sliver of rope, I'd be wrapping it nice and tightly around its neck. I should have figured I'm not gonna win this one with a lucky guess. Did you see the rope missing in the diagram? Like, look at this. I see the diagram. There's an X there, but it's missing. The rope is missing. They cut it. Good. Oh, okay. It's just his visor. It makes him look like a little robot. It's fine. He's okay. He also drinks like about 20 cups of coffee a day. He's also depressed because his girlfriend died, and he blames it on me. And I'm like, dude, stop. Oh, he's photo again. Okay. And the meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. This is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Donim's body. Swoop. Whoop. It's just detached though. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. You good? You good, buddy? Gonna choke. Don't drink that much, man. Mr. Godot! Oh, good God, he's just downing that. Oh my God, I think he's gonna drink the entire cup if we don't stop him. It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question, so he can go fuck off, I guess. It seems that the odds of the rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that's not an impossibility after all. Objection! Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trite! I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Oh yeah. We got autopsy report. Finally we can get to that part. She fell 10 feet from after her death, my guy. Come on. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then that was the spot for the criminal. Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. Now the body was pushed from this point here. It would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence to suggest her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell from 10 feet after her death. 10 feet? Huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to a forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then as a result of the landing impact, a crystal sphere was knocked loose. Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Donim's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed. I believe it's already marked on the overhead map. The crystal was found. Ah! Precisely, Your Honor. The very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. What the fuck? Oh my god. That explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You've provided us with the way the body could have moved at night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. You threw my coffee at me. Mr. Wright! Man, fuck this. I hate you so much. I thought this cold coffee might help you cool you down. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Cornell? Oh, please, you let that woman whip him all the time. So, come on. What's it with all the physical violence in this damn court? That was a dark and bitter guess that you made. Trite. Guess? It was an educated hypothesis. I have evidence. But you forgot one thing. Oh, and what would that be? The aroma. Huh? Coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. Oh, yes, yes. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffeenese. Can you elaborate more? If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, trite? God, I still don't know who possessed who. Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice. Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body and the oh shit. Oh, I wasn't prepared for this. Oh god. Not Larry. Is it Iris? She said she didn't go. She swore to me she did not go. But she could have been lying about leaving the room. But can't be Bikini. She saw it happen. From her image, it seemed like Iris was like worried on how she was stabbing. We are not saying that yet. Maya is on the other side, so no. Pearl is also on the other side, so no. It has to be Iris. There is literally no other person that could have done that. She was helping them, but she's trying to pin it on Maya. Nah, I'm gonna go with Iris. It can only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? But I... What do you have to say about that? I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it. Objection! Tried. Were you just even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath. Objection! I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Uh-oh. Sister Iris? Oh, here we go. Here we can explain this. Sister Ice, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony?
Mention what?
The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness. I've established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help, so you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing, unless you're not really Iris to begin with.
What? Huh? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
You possessed her this entire time? No! What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying that the witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple? Objection! Are you serious, Trite? You mean that this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is... Oh my god. Yo, Dahlia Hawthorne, how you doing, girl? I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne! Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Ha! It's just your imagination, Gramps! This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Actually, now that I think about it, what if they switched before she got convicted of murder? I mean, we've already proven by the fourth trial that you can escape prison. I mean, obviously it's a whole hullabaloo, but maybe she escaped prison for a second and was like, yo, girl, you betrayed me. I'm gonna peer pressure you. Go get executed. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. That seems a little bit crazier, although it's not impossible. That's like it's a 10% chance of happening, but I think she's just being possessed right now. Oh yes, I remember now. That's a case. 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine. God damn his hair. No, the honor is all mine. Oh, the honor was mine. But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. Says her execution was carried out last month. So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. What? The fuck are you talking about? Order! Order! Order!
Well, wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
Objection! You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Crane channeling technique flows within that body. Crane channeling technique? Now, where have I heard that? That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? That sounds fucking stupid. Listen, it's a little stupid, but this is Ace Attorney. Shut up. Shush alarm. Shush alarm clock. we're gonna put things that way, then yes. We led up to this at least. There was some there was some pacing. We're supposed to believe a coincidence just like that just happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written here in these instructions. What's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dolly Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there was 2 irises at Hazakura Temple. Two of them. Even the time of the channeling was planned out as soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her. Namely, one Dahlia Hawthorne. Objection! Do you even know what you're saying, trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans to talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris! What? How do you know that? How are you so sure? How are you sure it doesn't work that way? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. Swing. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right. Okay, he's agreeing with me, so this, maybe he is right. Okay. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Yeah, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced. But something still seems off, way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like, the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places. Switched places? It's not impossible. I don't know where this is going. To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know. And unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. Which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright. What? Since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? The earthquake? There was one. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh? Explain yourself! Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that? Oops. I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. But he did ask us the question, so we gotta just tell the truth. It was Larry. Mr. Wright, there'll be no unaccountability in my court. Time or otherwise. Alright, fine. Alright, fine. Trying to protect my friend by throwing my other friend under the bus. That's how it goes. Damn you, justice system. This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, it was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake? Yep. Yeah. Poor dude. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright! Now see here! No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spiritual... Be quiet. There she is! Hey, she is! It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. What the fuck? That voice. Yes, I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne, and my current profession, I'm fucking dead, dick. Ha! You're dead. So you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. What's going on here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. And I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. To be continued. Well, I promised that we'd only get to the half point, and now we will stop. I do wonder if there will be a third day of the trial, because I have no idea where this goes. There's still some mysteries. We got the letter. We didn't really go down much into detail. Pearl's whereabouts. Maya's whereabouts. Maya's still fucking gone. What was she doing? There's this idea of switching places with the spirits. Not sure where that's gonna go. So far it's getting crazy. I did sort of call the twin theory only as an idea of like that's too crazy to actually happen. They wouldn't actually do that, and they did. They actually did do that. That was kind of funny. But I mean, they've tied it back to the whole Kurain thing. It is a lot of to believe that Dahlia had a twin sister. They were also adopted. Morgan was also their real mother, and you know, the sister to Pearl, and then they all got taken away. But I guess there were like clues there about her dad, Morgan's husband just leaving. I think that was introduced in the second game, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it does seem very sudden, but it is coming together. A lot of pieces. I think Maya is the biggest piece, the puzzle piece that we don't know about. What she was doing, what's going on with her. Also, Misty had a fucking sword on her. Like, what the fuck was with that? She has a sword. She had a sword and a staff. Like, what was she ready to do? Like, now we raid Jax. Is Jax there? Is Jax actually alive? I didn't know that. Hang on. He is alive. Oh, he's been gone away. That's right. I guess we could do that. You're right, Verde. We can do that. We shall go raid Jax. Let me look at the chat. Let me pull the chat up. All right, everyone. That's it, though. Yeah.
thank you for coming out, everybody. It was fun.